What's going on, you guys? I hope you all are having a great day. It's another beautiful day in Ohio. The snow is back and it kind of slows everything down quite a bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and follow through with the plan. We're gonna go ahead and diagnose what's going on with the new XR that we bought, and hopefully we can get this thing fixed up and running good so we can go take it out tomorrow. Got the wood stove going, so hopefully we can get some heat in here. So in my last video, I showed you guys everything that's wrong with this bike that we need to go through and fix. Nothing too major, but you never know what we could find once we start tearing into this thing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start taking the plastics off, get the handlebars off, get the seat off, just so we can access things a little bit easier and pretty much just go through all of the basic things on this thing, plus what I already talked about in the last video. Alright guys, so before I get too far into this, I want to show you what it's doing first. It may start, it may not. Well, as you guys saw there, I actually got it to fire up this time, probably because it's so warm in here. But if you guys were listening, you could tell every time that I gave it throttle that it would bog out. So that's a definite sign that the carburetor needs a good cleaning. And I haven't even looked at the air filter yet, so we might find something in there as well. But I just wanted to be sure to show you guys what it ran like now compared to after we do all this work to it. Now, if that isn't rigged, I don't know what is. This just shows that you never know what to expect when you're buying a used bike. But hey, if it works, so I'm probably still gonna run this thing, actually. While I was in there, I went ahead and took the gasket out and cleaned it up a little bit, so hopefully the airbox will seal a little bit better after that. It was just caked with dirt and grime over the years. Since I already have the bike apart, I might as well clean things up along the way. Alright guys, so I got the carburetor off. I went ahead and drained the bowl using this screw right here. We're gonna go ahead and take the bowl off completely and see what's inside. These Phillip heads have some markings on them, so it looks like somebody's been in here. It's hard to say when though, so hopefully we find something inside. If not, we might have to check the timing, adjust the valve clearances, and there's a few other things we can check. But hopefully this thing is just clogged up and we can clean it out really good and it should be running like new. So I can tell right away that the float is sticking a little bit and it's not adjusted correctly. It's not parallel with this line right here. So we need to adjust that, and I'm gonna go ahead and take these jets out and see what's inside. Well guys, as expected, the pilot jet is completely clogged. I can't see any daylight when I look through it, and I can see some gunk right in the end here as well. So what I'm gonna do is find a small needle that I can shove gently down this jet, and that'll push any of the gunk that's out of there, spray it down with some carb cleaner, and we should be good to go. Now, like I said, you want your float to be parallel with this right here when it's resting. So I'm gonna lift up gently on the float and let it seat. Now before it was quite a bit off, and now I think it's right on the money. So hopefully this works out. The bowl actually looks really clean, so I'm glad to see that. I'll just clean up this gasket a little bit before I reinstall it. I got both of the jets cleaned out. The pilot jet was the one that was clogged, and it was just very minor. I actually got it out with using compressed air. The main jet was already pretty clean. That's usually the story of how it goes. But I really think the reason why it wasn't running good was the fact that the pilot jet was clogged and this float was out of spec. So hopefully when I put it all back together that we solve the issue and we're gonna be able to ride. Alright guys, so I went ahead and put the fuel tank back on. I drained some of the fuel out of it and it looks pretty fresh, so I might as well use it. There's like a full tank. It's time for the moment of truth. Let's see if this thing fires up. Wah, wah, wah.
One eternity later.
Well guys, I've been at it for like 3 hours trying to get this thing to run right, and I just can't get it to run properly. I had the carburetor on and off of this thing probably 10 times, just trying different settings and trying to get it adjusted properly, and no matter what I do, it won't run right. I can get it to fire up, but as soon as I give it any substantial amount of throttle, it'll just bog down and want to cut off. I mean, it sounds really good when it's running. I mean, it's not ticking. I don't hear any cam chain noise, and it just sounds like it has to be a fuel issue, but I've tried and tried and tried. I mean, absolutely nothing is clogged up in that carburetor. But yeah, guys, it's like 12 in the morning and I'm just done for the night. So I think I'm actually gonna load this thing up and take it over to where my girlfriend's dad has the other XR, pull the carburetor off the old bike and put it on this one. And if it runs properly, then I know it's the carburetor. But it's just so frustrating because nothing's clogged up in it. I have it set exactly like it should. But yeah, guys, I'm exhausted, so I'm gonna call it quits for the night and I'll see you tomorrow. What's going on, you guys? So it is the next day. I had overnight to sleep on it, and I was up last night looking at the service manual, and sure enough, guys, I still have no idea why it's running the way that it is. But I'm not gonna give up on this bike just yet. We're gonna get it figured out, guys.
Runs good?
Mission successful. Well guys, we're back home now. As you saw in those few clips, we worked on this XR for a few more hours. Pretty much just doing the same things that we were doing last night, but I think we finally got this carburetor tuned to where it should be. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire this thing up and let you guys hear what it sounds like. Ah. Second kick, getting a little bit better. going on here? It starts right up when it's warm, but as you guys saw earlier, it just does not want to start when it's cold. Well guys, I've spent hours upon hours trying to adjust this thing and it's still not running right. That other XR would start without the choke when it's cold. So I don't know if I need to change the jets out. I wish I would have taken the carb apart and checked what size jets was in the other bike, but if you guys have any recommendations for this bike, let me know. As far as the pilot screw adjustment, let me know too what I should set it at. It's like 20 degrees in this room right now, so that definitely doesn't help anything, but it's still not right. It still should start easier than that. I have a 98 main jet and a 35 for the slow jet. Let me know what you guys think. I might up the slow jet size a little bit and see if that helps. I don't want to spend all my time working on things. I want to be out there riding and creating fun content for you guys. So you can definitely expect next video to have some riding in it. I haven't messed with the throttle yet, so it still sticks. And I haven't bent the handlebars back, so I'll probably do that in the next video. Other than it not wanting to cold start, it does run really good when it's warm, so I'm pretty happy with that we got this far. I really am starting to hate carburetors, guys. Other than that, make sure you guys smash that like button. We just hit 2,000 subscribers. I cannot thank you guys enough. You guys are awesome. I'm gonna continue to try to bring you guys the best content that I can. If you're not already, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I post all my latest updates and behind the scenes content there, so you wanna make sure you don't miss out on that. Hopefully we can get this thing figured out. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one.